watching the world's best do their thing out there right now in the quarterfinals. Heat number 2, Marco Mignot taking on Leonardo Fioravanti, number 13 in the world, v number 5 in the world. Leonardo has made some rapid jump up the rankings over the last few events.
With Marco, yet he has this other box of like ultra radical X Factor maneuvers that he can use. So it's like, with his confidence in buzzer beater situations and his entire tool shed, he is one of a kind.
Yeah, he's going to take off here. He's got a small score already. Goes for the full rote to start this one off. Lofty looking air as well. And why not throw a second one in there? Air rev on the second one. Are you kidding me? This is just that kind of tiger-like approach that Marco has to heats. Just what you were saying. He has an incredible amount of X factor. He's so confident with it at the end of the heat, but to do it at the start, this is different for Marco right now.
Marco says killer deal. Watch this little inside wave. This is an anomaly. That's one pump into a fully rotated air with no grab down the line into a very tricky closeout section where he had to pop to the flats. And basically right here, Marco says, okay, my name up first. Let's get a huge score on the board and see how that feels.
Marco is actually one of the most, on average, busiest surfers that we have on the championship tour as far as it goes for wave catching. But this combo here, Oz, it's not very often you see 2 airs, 1 wave.
That was incredibly sharp. He came out of that first air with still so much speed and just knew exactly what he was doing when he was racing to that closeout. Like, yeah, exactly. And that your board doesn't flip, because that can be super scary landing on your fins. But here he goes again. That's a great start.
Under priority, this is just a scary Marco Mignot. Again, lands another air reverse here after a really convincing first turn. Let's see what this inside bowl has. Pushes hard on those fins. Feel like surfing really similar to what we saw from Kanoa in that last heat. Let's go again into an alley-oop here for Marco. Another wave, back to back, 2 airs, 1 wave under the priority of Leonardo Fioravanti. That last wave comes in as a 717. Where do you now go with this? You can see his coach absolutely loving it.
You want to continue to try to find how to define Marco. Like, this is a great power snap, and he comes out of it and things look conventional until he blows the tail out into reverse. Goes back to just fundamental, like, on the face surfing, a nice jab here. So you think he's going to go to the rails more, and then all of a sudden an alley-oop section. This is a very functional maneuver actually for down the line aerials. And just clean. So clean. What an exciting surfer.
And he's feeling it. Like, he's loving it right now. He's confident. He's hitting these things knowing he's going to grease them. So this is cool to watch. And Marco's a scary guy under priority. You don't want him under one of those guys. You probably want to put him in priority.
Okay, Leo now. Let's see him answer back here. Bigger looking wave. Just such a classy first turn. Loses it on the second. That is so unusual to see for Leo here.
And you'll see, he'll probably, next wave, there's a good chance that he lights this thing up.
Yeah, let's see. Leo using priority on this one. We've got just over 21 minutes here. Good time to rip into this first carve here for Leo. Pushes hard on that second one. We knew he wasn't going to back down for a fight on this wave. Pushes into these 2 carves through this inside section. That sharp eye looking incredible under his feet as well. Just staying so tight in the pocket. It really is getting him these nice big scores here. Completed ride, as you mentioned earlier, there's big points in finishing your waves with conviction as well. So Leo, he almost looked a little bit angry.
You nail it on his carves as well. They've been really noteworthy here in El Salvador. The way he's able to utilize speed through all of his power turns is incredible. He takes his foot right off the brakes, unloads with all the speed, and creates so much torque in the pocket. It's really well executed and presented so well, you know. And like, notice he's not really going to anything other than fundamental power surfing and saying, hey, I'm here for it.
It got better the second time round. It really did. I mean, it's heats like this where I go, how good is surfing? Because Leo was on the ropes, was comboed, and then answered back with so much aggression, class, and power on that wave.
Far out, Leo's doing it well right now.
Yeah, let's see how he backs this one up. Only needs a 4 right now, just because of that 9-point ride. Lays into this first turn, drops the hand, kicks the fins out. This one growing down the line, drifts the fins. Can he hold on? It's a tricky looking section though, and you can see his feet were really far up the board there.
So much good work in the beginning
So
of this
much.
heat. And now it would almost feel like there's a hole in the bottom of the cup as you see Leo on a smaller inside wave with his back to the wall, needing to pull out his big minute. You could argue he was looking around the score.
Okay, Marco now. He's looking to drop a 5.83 as his low score, but he's looking to go big to stay alive with that 9-point ride from Leo into that section late for that third turn here for Marco. This one, he's going to run out. He still likes it. 3 turns here from Marco Mignot. Seeing getting Rookie of the Year and the performances that he's grown into this year, I think he's outperforming what we all expected of him.
And it's turns like this, it's airs like this. He right here, I believe, he's trying to bring the narrative back to him. He wants to make this heat about Marco Mignot, not about Leo's comeback in this heat. And so whether or not he comes away with a score that improves in this situation, he's showing that he's engaged with the rest of this heat. That's a really tight transition on that final turn and kind of ultimately put him behind.
Making it look pretty nice, and like his work outside has been amazing, and to see him clean waves up, and Marco as well. Marco's looking so good on his outside sections. Like, it was such a bummer his wave before sort of let him down a little because his work out the back was so nice, and this was no different. You know, he ripped this wave.
But he's looking so good. I mean, and so much variety already just in this heat, Tanner.
And this wave was awesome. He almost, though, was painting himself into that specific corner where you felt he was creating emphasis.
It's going to be a fun-looking semi-final. Whoever wins at this heat right now, Leo, looking to get a 4-point ride at this point. We're waiting for a few scores to lock in. Just such a classy bottom turn. Held that line, drew into it, set the fins free. Now he goes to the rail. I just love the way he reads this wave. Feels like he times the pocket so perfectly, just like that one there. He's going to come back through and keep adding to this wave right now. Legs would be burning. This has been a really long ride for Leonardo Fioravanti. Marco with waves to lock into. What a fun match this has been between these two surfers right now, Tanner. Anyone go as high as Leo so far here? Oz, love your technical breakdown of this wave.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of more what we expect from Leo. I think that's why that first wave was such a shock to see him fall on a, a pretty standard turn for him. So, seeing him pull himself back into this sort of rhythm where he's just looking so solid is been really cool to see. And that's that wily competitor in him that, he knows how to bring himself back, and this was so good. Like, his work through here has just been so impressive because you can see the wave does funny things, and I can see it being that, or I can see it being a huge closeout and him doing a huge punt. So, it can be anyone, and I think this wave looks like it might be a package.
Oh, this is the moment. Big old first turn here from Marco. Love how he keeps drifting that tail around. Can see a little bit of downtime in between, and he's going to have to kick out. So that was a use of priority here. Now we can kind of start to see a different picture unfolding where we've got just over 6 minutes, Tanner. He's going to paddle back out. He is good under priority, so this actually might play into his favor right now, but Leonardo, he's a shark in situations like this.
He's just done it time and time before in these different kinds of situations.
All right, so he's found himself a wave with a little bit of size. Never a good sign when the shoulders drop there. You know that not much is going to happen. So Marco, he's going to have to sit back out the back and pretty much hope for a 2-wave set right now. So 5.5 minutes to go. He's never made it out of this round, Tanner. Marco needs an 8.77 here. He has second priority. He's paddled deep up the point here. Looks like Leo is going to let him go. He's building speed, so we know it's probably either going to be a kick out or something big. Unfortunately for us, it was a kick out. So 40 seconds to go. There's actually a couple of waves rolling through right now. There is one behind here. So does Leo need to go this wave right now? 30 seconds to go. He's racing. He's going to come around this first section here, throw the fins, give us his variation of a cool reverse here for Leo. Again, just looking so loose and free through this inside track. Puts it on rail for yet another time here. With 10 seconds to go, Marco's actually up and riding out the back here. So Leo took the second wave of the set, Marco now on the third. This is really interesting to see these two waves unfold in front of us right now. Leo with the completion through anywhere. We'll be right back, and then Mitch, Strider and Chris are going to call you through quarterfinal 3 and 4. Again, he's going to turn around and see this. Marco chasing a score. The clock's wound down, but this is going to count here. It has to be big on this finishing section here. You can see he's racing, but this is one of those end sections, unfortunately, that bowls away from you. And so Marco, it doesn't feel like it's going to have that 877 edge on it, Oz.
He launched into his 13-point total, like out of the gates, to put Leo on his heels somewhat and challenged Leo to do some of his best surfing, and that could arguably be why he pulled the 9 out.
Leo, what a heat. I mean, I got to call that one, and at one point I was stressing out for you. I was like, my goodness, Marco's just put on a clinic, and then you came back and dropped the first 9 of the event so far. That was such a brilliant performance. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I knew Marco was going to do that. I knew he'd like catch these medium ones and go to the air. And obviously he's an amazing surfer, but I just focused on myself. And yeah, he started good, but it was only 13 points. The waves are really good, so I was like, wait for a good one. Then I fell off on a good one, and I was like, okay, it's okay. Reset. There's still 22 minutes, and then this one came. It was a perfect medium-sized wave, and obviously because I slipped on my other one, so I was like, I have some wax in my pocket, so I waxed up my board a little bit, and I just went, all right, let's open up right here. And yeah, I knew it was going to be a big score. I wasn't really expecting 9 points, but let's go.
It was brilliant to watch. We had Oscar Berry in the booth with us calling that one as well. And when we saw you slip, I was like, what do you think? Is that nerves? He goes, no, it's probably just slime from the rocks, to be honest. But then you came back, got that 9-point ride. And I think we were all just blown away with how incredible those rail calves were. I mean, Oz touched on, we haven't really seen anyone push that hard out here since John. And he said he's putting you in that same bracket, which in the surf world, that's an incredible compliment, especially with big, hard rail calves like that.
Yeah, thanks, Oscar. I mean, John is one of the best in the rail game for sure, and we all aspire to do turns like John. And if I can do anything close to that, then I'm definitely happy. It means that I'm heading towards the right direction. And yeah, the waves are fun. It's a little bit slow, but when they come, it's the perfect size for Punta Roca, and it's going to be a really fun day.
Now, last question before I let you go. We haven't seen you in the semi-finals since Pipe last year, and then you eventually made the final. Kanoa is your opponent in your semi-final coming up next. I am so excited for that matchup. You guys, old friends, but just really good competitors as well.
Yeah, I've grown up with Kanoa. He's always been an inspiration, and I think our whole career we've pushed each other to be in these situations. And I think it's something that we can be proud of, to be surfing at semifinals of a World Tour event and hopefully get a chance. You know, one of us will head into the finals, so I'm sure it's going to be a great battle. Kanoa is ripping, and let's go.
Let's see it, Leo. Congratulations.
Thank you, Daje. Forza Italia. Woo!
Thanks, guys.